Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video here from Mushoku Tensei Season 3, Episode 4. This show is so peak, and Season 3 has been great. I'm 2 episodes into Season 2 of my rewatch now. I didn't watch as much this past week as I did before, but I am continuing my rewatch. I'm making my way through Season 2, and I might try and binge some more this upcoming week. I streamed a lot of Endless Zone Zero over the past week, so I didn't really have much time to watch. Yeah, anyway, I'm almost done with my Season 2 rewatch. No, I'm not. I'm entering my Season 2 rewatch, and yeah, I thought I'd update on that because I've been doing that every video now since I started rewatching, and it's been great. Season 1 was fantastic, as I mentioned before, and Season 2, honestly, I remember liking the first couple episodes of Season 2. I had some, like, minor nitpicks, but overall, I thought they were pretty good, and so far, they're pretty much living up to what I remember, and so I don't have much to say about that. The last episode was fantastic. Rudy became a king-class water mage, and Roxy begrudgingly taught him, you know, that kind of inferiority complex she has towards Rudy, but then also she acknowledges how much she loves her life right now, so pretty quickly that inferiority complex is gone and it doesn't matter anymore. She's a teacher, she's living the good life, married, and so there's not much more she could ask for at the end of the day. And the beginning half of the episode, we saw Rudy, you know, doing research on the Hydra crystals, or the Hydra scales that they got, doing research on those with Cliff, and he was very anxious and nervous, you know, because any threat could come to his family at any time, as he learned from the mana disaster it can happen in a split second, and he wants to be prepared so he can maybe possibly combat something if something like that were to occur again. So he's very anxious, trying to, you know, research as much as possible, and Cliff is like, you know, asking him like, what's the rush and stuff like that, and but then, you know, Zenoba comes in with Julie shows him the figure. He's able to calm down, and he invites them over for dinner. Alina Lees comes as well, and then you have that super wholesome dinner scene. And yeah, last episode was just peak. The animation during casting the King class water spell was fantastic. Roxy casted it, and then Rudy casted one even stronger than hers, because we know his mana pool is absolutely absurd, and so Sylphie was apparently not able to cast it, which is fair. Roxy has been doing magic for like 50 something years. Rudy is kind of a prodigy in his own right, and Sylphie is already very good at things, and she's good at things that Rudy can't do. She can do healing magic very well, like incantationless healing magic, which Rudy cannot do. That's not something he's capable of doing. So anyway, Sylphie has her own good things, and you know, Roxy told her that she'll get it with time. Like, Roxy said herself that she still fails occasionally, and it's not an easy thing to do. Like, King class is effectively the pinnacle of magic. Like, in theory, there is higher levels of magic, but that's not really feasible for people. So King class is typically considered like the pinnacle or peak of magic. And so, yeah, naturally, for an attribute that Sylphie isn't necessarily innately super good at, or hasn't been practicing her whole life, she'll get it eventually, I'm sure. She's also extremely good in magic and strong in magic. Like, she can do incantationless magic as well, which is not something many people can do. But yeah, she's just not able to get it immediately. Anyway, I'm yapping. Let's get into this episode. Apparently someone mentioned this episode was outsourced. I saw that comment in the Discord, but I hope it'll be fine. I took a peek at the PVs, but I don't like watching those very much, so I just saw a couple images, because, you know, you occasionally see those posts that are like PV from the new whatever, and there was like an image or two. It looked alright to me from what I saw, but I avoided looking at anything else. So like I said, we'll see. I believe I know it's coming in this episode, but I could be wrong, and per usual, I am a light novel reader. I understand if that makes you not want to watch these reactions, but these reactions are purely anime friendly. I do a spoiler section where I talk about light novel stuff at the very end of the video. Everything else is anime only friendly, and I also, my memory's really bad. I pretty much, I don't remember much of anything except for the biggest of big moments, and maybe some more minor details surrounding those, but like, all the stuff that's been covered here at the beginning of this season, I largely didn't remember at all. So the only reason that I think I know what's coming in this episode is because I took a peek at my volumes I have behind me, to see if they had cut anything from last episode or stuff like that when I was doing the spoiler segment, and so that's the only reason I know otherwise, and I don't know any details or anything like that. So, but I still understand if you're like, this guy's read the source material, I don't want to watch these reactions, I totally understand. That makes perfect sense. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and hop into this. Per usual, further check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, talk about current and past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions. So, further check out either of those, everyone will. I've heard us up straight into Mushoku Tensei Season 3, Episode 5, actually, right? I think I said 4 in the beginning, it's 5. Oh, Alina Lee's is in there. Hello. She's in Cliff's room. Yeah. Yup. Big time. Big moment coming up. Get him to do me once every 3 days. TMI. Your love nest is ready. It's crazy. Alina's like, really? You're not? We know this horny bitch would be down for that shit, but she's got her man now. But in her past, she probably did that. Well, I don't know if she did with another woman, but we know damn well she's done it with... Yeah, I'm gonna stop myself from talking. You see it on her trip with Roxy. The kind of shit she gets up to. Jesus. Watch you both your relationships fall apart. Rudy is already just like contempt and happy and feels extremely lucky for the fact that Sylphie accepted for him to have a second wife at all. He doesn't want to try to push and suggest anything else, lest he possibly ruin what he's already extremely lucky to have at all. Damn! Alina Lee's with the fucking alley-oop of the century. What the hell? Oh my god. So, if it's not him presenting it himself, if Alina Lee's does it, he's all on board. Alina Lee's-sama! In that for me. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, not the fucking aphrodisiac from season 1 that Eris bought for him not knowing what it was. The whole thing was Rudy saw it because the guy was like, give it to your dad. Yeah, give it to your dad. Like the shopkeeper was trying to get him to buy it. You know, it's like a thing for like his parents or something. And Rudy was looking at it. He didn't buy it or anything because he's obviously doesn't have the money. He's trying to save money. Eris then gets an allowance after Rudy talks to her. She then takes that allowance, buys it for him, and is like, hey, what's an aphrodisiac? And then that whole scene was very funny. And then he throws it and it breaks. Oh my god! This dude. Oh my god. It's wedding time. Damn, they got her dressed up like hell, looking good. I love this song, by the way. The full version of this song, the lyrics are so fucking sweet, and I have listened to it so many times. It's such a good song. Also, who the hell said this episode was outsourced? I mean, maybe it is, but it looks fucking fantastic. Yo, I love Rudy with the hair pulled back. I mean, he always has the ponytail, but Sylphie with her hair styled. Roxy, honestly, yeah, no, her hair looks different as well. I think it's pulled back into a ponytail instead of her usual twin tails. But yo, they all look so good. What the hell? They look so good. Oh wow, even about the whole school squad here. Zenoba, Ginger, Julie, Linnea, and Priscilla. Linnea and Priscilla are dressed up here as well. Ariel and Luke came. Wow. Also, just by the way, it's kind of funny. I was watching the first episode of season 2, or season 2 episode 0 with Sylphie, and I gotta say, I don't think it's a spoiler to say this. The anime really tones down how degenerate Ariel is. Because, like, the very first conversation in the entirety of season 2 is her and Luke debating about nipples, by the way. But there's even more shit that they toned down about her. She is very much a degenerate noble. Wow, the whole Grey Rat family's here. I mean, it makes sense. Zenith, I love... Lilia probably styled Zenith's hair up and everything, and and styled her up for this because she's sitting in a chair there, obviously. Lilia holding Lucy, and then Norn and Aisha all dressed up. I love this. Oh my god, they're doing this so well.
エリナリーゼを愛すると誓おう。エリナリーゼドラゴンロードはだけを愛し続けると誓うか？生きる限りクリフを愛すると誓う。As long as there's life in my body. Yeah, we know Alina Lee's like, while it's been toned down some, she still does have that. Honestly, I'll need to see how she talks about it in season 2 because I actually don't remember if it's a curse or she was just born with it. I don't think she was born with that. I think it's a curse to some degree or something like that. I forget exactly how it's explained, which is why I'm watching season 2 because there's details I have forgotten. Why I'm rewatching season 2, that is. And so maybe I'll have to see how she talks about it there. But they've been working on things. Cliff especially has been working on things to help tone it down and possibly eventually remove it. I think it was something to do with mana or something. I can't. It was really bothering me that I can't remember the exact details of how her issue works. It was like something to do with mana and having sex like dispelled the mana, or I honestly I can't remember, guys, so I apologize. But Cliff has been working on things to help keep that in check, and so she survives now. She's not threatened to die, but she's still horny as hell. As is a lot of people in this show. The necklace of Melis, huh? Oh, this OST is so perfect for this scene. That was so good. I remember reading that scene and like it was so fun to read, and it just like I don't know, like they really gave it that impact, and this scene is so great. I love it. Focusing on Roxy and Norn and Aisha, because you know Norn and Aisha, this is their first, like, we know Aisha doesn't really necessarily support any religious group, but Norn is very much of Millis faith, and so seeing like a traditional Millis wedding is probably really big for her, and Aisha just seeing a traditional wedding in general is probably very big for her as well. And Roxy, of course, they focus on Roxy because she journeyed with Alina Lees. She's seeing the woman she journeyed with really coming into her own and being able to settle down with one person that really deeply, truly loves her and is helping her work through her curse and things like that. And she journeyed with her for years, and so naturally she's just close and good friends with her. That's perfect. Perfect introduction. Perfect way to do that scene. Yeah, that was fantastic. Oh, and now it's after the wedding. Whole Grey Rat family is headed back together. Look at Norn and Aisha bonding and getting along over the wedding talk. I love seeing Roxy. So yeah, Roxy's hair is absolutely styled differently. It's in a ponytail down the front. I love both Roxy and Sylphie's dresses. They look great. I don't remember how they're described in the light novel, but it's really because I don't think they showed images of them ever. So it's really awesome seeing them actually all dressed up here in anime format, because that's something I had to just visualize in my head before. Our wedding was homey and nice in its own way. Yeah, they did not do a traditional wedding, which is why I was saying everybody's kind of seeing their first traditional Millis wedding, because they weren't done like that for Rudy. Uh-oh. Yeah, they just kind of got married. It's not a Migurd custom, okay? Yeah, it's very possible. That's why they were focusing on Roxy there. Oh, wants a kiss on the forehead or something, like Alina Lees did for Cliff there, because yeah, I guess you don't kiss on the lips in Millis faith. You kiss on the forehead to seal the deal. She was looking for a kiss on the lips, but he went for one on the forehead. She was not expecting that. Damn, outsourced or not, like I said, maybe I'm bringing that up too much. I'll drop the topic after this, but outsourced or not, this episode looks amazing. Somehow this might be the most consistent Rudy's face has been in this entire show, or
since season 2. I mentioned this before, and I don't mean to sound like I talked about it last episode. I'm not deeply complaining about it. It's not the biggest issue, but I really hope they get Rudy's facial design consistent. His hair and whatever can change and stuff, and like that's not what I'm talking about here. His facial features are often different. It's not consistent, is what I'm trying to say. In a lot of scenes, his face will be longer, his eyes will be down lower, they'll be up higher, his face will be wide. Like his facial dimensions are never really consistent, and so far this episode might be the most consistent I've ever seen them. And like this scene with Roxy here, with all the movement and everything, yeah, if it was outsourced, they outsourced it to a great group because the animation looks fantastic so far. Man, and Rudy like this looks so much older, by the way. His this might be the oldest they've made him look. I think this makes him look like his actual age, because another issue that I've had is that I think they've done it a little better this season, I will say, but towards the end of season 2, I felt like he looked a lot younger than he needed to, or than he should have looked, which, once again, these are minor complaints, by the way. I'm not sitting here being like, it sucks, this is the worst thing ever. Very minor complaints, but it is details that I feel like I want to bring up, and I think right here, the design they've done this episode, and I think this season in general has been better about it, like I said, but the design they have for him with his hair swoop back and everything, he looks like his actual age for the first time. And I also think being next to Roxy, because she is so much shorter, makes him look a lot older as well. The ears. Yeah. Aisha over there, of course. I love his dynamic with Norn so much. They finally have that true, like, older brother, younger sister dynamic where he's just teasing and messing with her and she gets mad at him for it. I love it. They're nailing that as well. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good to see all this animated and all this just peak shit, man. I really love, like, truly, if you go back to the beginning with his dynamic with Norn, it got shot when he met Paul, like that. It was completely shattered there. It built up to season 2. There was the big episode in season 2, and things still were kind of shaky after that. It didn't suddenly become all peachy, but now we're here and it's been a long time since then, and it really feels like they have, for the first time, truly established that older brother, younger sister bond, and it's so wholesome and sweet to see. I love it. Him going in for the smooch there, teasing her about kissing her on the forehead. She's like, quit it. Big hug for Aisha. Nah. There you go. Oh, was it her birthday recently? I got a kiss from Nichan. Aisha, no. See, Norn and Rudy have a normal sibling relationship. We don't... What? We'll just leave Aisha be. Lily has kind of implanted some cursed thoughts in her brain. It is really wholesome, though. They're like Rudy, you know, treating her like a younger sister, giving her a little smooch on the forehead. Oh yeah, no one ever celebrate their 5th and 10th birthdays? Oh shit, that's because everything was going on with the mana disaster. I think they I believe they both turned 5 within the time span of the mana disaster, so celebrations weren't done then. And then, yeah, recently, if they're 11, when they were 10, Rudy was going off to the Big Garrett continent to do everything to try and save Zenith, and everything happened with Paul where Paul passed and all the above. So yeah, they probably never celebrated their birthdays there either. Wait, what were they talking about at the top? You're welcome to it? That feels like a bizarre translation. It doesn't really follow up what Aisha said. Why is Norn saying? Let me see if I can translate it. Is she saying, like, you can't make me jealous or something like that? Like, it sounds like Urayamashi, like, I think she's saying something along the lines of, like, you can't make me jealous or something like that. Apologize if I'm wrong about that, but it was a weird translation for what I think was the dialogue there. See? This looks consistent. His facial design here looks, this looks right. Like, the facial features look good and symmetrical, and yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the episode being outsourced anymore, and I'm not going to talk about his facial dimensions anymore. I've done that too many times already at the beginning of this video. You people are probably pissed off at me. Yeah. It's birthday time. Yeah! Birthday party for Norn and Aisha. For the Harvest Festival. They're buying presents for Norn and Aisha. Makes sense. Oh yeah, he's looking for that fucking aphrodisiac. Yeah. There you go. Got his priorities straight. Like the aphrodisiac thing, if it happens, it happens. Getting presents and having them enjoy the date is more important. That's a great question for Norn. Does anybody know her interests very well? That's very true. After all, she does train with Rudy. You can see that at the very end of season 2, Rudy trains her in the sword. I mean, it makes sense you want to make friends with your husbands as younger siblings. Looking for a possible dress for Aisha, maybe? Roxy's looking at a new hat. Oh man, her one is... I wonder how many years she's had that. Is it expensive? They didn't translate the price there. Don't worry, Roxy, we have an abundance of money. We're not exactly looking for money at the moment. Rudy got given a metric fuck ton of it. Both Rudy and Sylphie. Wow, those crystals are so pretty. Oh my god, we left with a lot of stuff. Wait, what's she saying? Ah, help choose... Oh, Sylphie got some new clothes as well, okay. Okay, where are you gonna put the clothes? Very fancy. Did Alina also say that to me that Rudy might invite us both to this inn? My OBS crashed. Alright, my OBS crashed. I also just thought of something because I read someone's Discord message while my OBS had crashed. The line from Alili's hits extra hard because she is an elf. She'll live significantly longer than Cliff. Her line, let's go get it real quick. I vow to love Cliff as long as there's life in my body. That is an crazy vow because she will live so much longer than him. Anyway, I had to go point that out because while my OBS crashed, I pulled up Discord and then someone pointed that out and I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. Lady Elise has been laying that groundwork. Why are we here? She planted seeds, didn't mean that they're both ready. Oh my god. I mean, naturally so. Your child's home alone. You want to fuck. You want to smash. Like, I get it, brother. I get it. You want to smash. You don't have to explain your reasoning. We all know. Huh? Oh my god, man. We're just gonna cut to the morning after. Oh, we cut to the next day when they get home. I'm not over that. So you get an anime form was so much funnier. Was that how I'm trying to even think if that's how it was done in the books. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember at all. I just remember that that idea was presented. I don't remember how it happens. So you can set up the party. How do you get them out of the house? Norn is with Zenith and Aisha is cleaning. Sylvie and Roxy are in on it here. Okay, Lilia is too, of course. Your acting is shitty, Rudy. Roxy's like immediately on board, and Aisha's like, you didn't even ask him what for. This is very weird for Lilia, of all people, to tell Aisha to stop cleaning to go be with Rudy or go talk to Rudy. Because, you know, Lilia is cleaning up. Well, to be fair, she has dedicated her life to Rudy, as she said back in season 1, episode 4. So maybe it's not that weird. Are we going fishing? That's right, Roxy said she did want to get to know Norn and Aisha better. Understandably so. Aisha doesn't really care. So Aisha's best buds with Roxy already. We saw that last episode whenever Aisha ran and threw her arms around Roxy, thanking her for letting her keep the treant, or convincing Rudy to let her keep the treant. But Norn, on the other hand, yeah, she wants to, because she probably does like Roxy, and at this point she's gotten over it, but it's still kind of hard for her to accept her older brother having 2 wives and Roxy coming in the way that she did and all the above. And that is completely valid for her to feel that way. But this hopefully will be a good exercise to break the tension a bit. I also still love how Aisha wears the headband that Rudy gave her. I still love it. And she did that with the speed to keep it interesting. Nord, it's okay, take your time. Ah, he's letting Roxy take the reins here. He's like, I've never fished a day in my life. When we've never seen him do it. I actually don't even think they ever talk about him doing it in the light novels, if I remember. I don't think that was ever even cut content, but I don't doubt at some point he has fished for food along the line, or as time has gone on and he's just leaving. And even if he hasn't, the whole point is he's vacating so Roxy can talk to her, and they can, you know, Roxy can help her. Because I was about to say for a second, like, Rudy, why you just leaving Norn there? You know, maybe Aisha already gets it, but she doesn't. I was about to say, Rudy, why you just leaving her there like that? But this is why. There you go. Look, she's happy. I love Norn. She might be one of my favorite characters in all of Mushoku Tensei, if I'm being completely honest. I just love her. She is a completely normal kid and surrounded by utter geniuses, and the way they navigate her character with that being the case is unbelievably well done. I really love her as a character. The animation, they're doing... Okay, listen, guys. I said I wasn't going to bring it up again, but I can't help myself. Apparently, this episode was completely outsourced, and yet this might be some of the best animation I've seen from Mushoku Tensei since season 1. There's so much movement in the characters, in the hair, there's so much detail in the expressions and how everything's being directed. Rudy's face, the animation of his face and the drawings of his face is by far the most consistent it's been in any episode since season 1. Like, everything looks fantastic this episode. I don't know who they outsourced it to, but this was incredible. Like, so far, I've had absolutely no issues, and in fact, I would say, without any action, this is one of the best animated episodes of Mushoku Tensei since the season 1 days. Just from the drawing quality and all the above. Damn, you reeled that fish in so easily. I guess they don't really have reels, but you know what I mean. She just yoinked and got that giant fish. That is very Rushian for you. Oh. Oh god, how big of a fish did she pull? Uh-oh, watch out. Right into your hands. Oh. Yeah, it took one little fishing trip for the Norn to just forget all that and, you know, bond over her talking about, you know, because we know Norn very much looks up to Rougier, talking about, you know, her journeys with Rougier and what he would do to get fish and how Roxy used to travel to get fish, and they started bonding immediately. I love it. It was that simple. 3? Oh my god, Rudy's over here losing. He's got none! No pulls yet. Yeah! This girl! They got a boot! A fisherman is his duty? Yeah, talking like he did that shit on purpose. You can't use magic, you cheater! You're such a cheater! Oh, so he's basically gonna create his own smaller version of the lightning spell here. This guy to make clouds. God! Electric! That is so sick. Well, you probably just killed all the fish in there. We're supposed to be having a friendly competition, you cheater. Exactly. Man, okay. You guys are really gonna hate me. This episode looks so good. Everything about it looks so good. That spell, the electric he just casted there, looked absolutely incredible. The drawing quality looks so good. Like, this episode's amazing. Now they're fighting over who Roxy's gonna teach. So cute, I love it. And even Norn and Aisha are getting along a lot better now. They still jaw at each other like typical, like similar age sisters do. They're effectively the same age, but you know, similar age sisters do. Or if you have twin sisters, how they would interact. But they feel more like a sibling pair. Where before, you know, they've been separated for so long, they didn't really have that dynamic, and they kind of jarred, not in like a sibling way. They kind of just actually just jarred at each other and didn't like each other. But now it really feels like they're really acting like siblings. As the way that they jaw back and forth. It's more in a sibling way than just like actually disliking each other or something. And they're getting along much better as is with the way they interact and stuff. It's, oh man, I already just the character, the subtle character writing of this season feels season 1-esque. It's great. Yeah. Could be a whole part. Oh, so cute. This might be my favorite episode of the season. I cannot lie. This is everything about this episode has been perfection. 7 years since then. God damn.
ようやく家族が揃った。母さんも元に戻るかわからない。父さんもいい顔はしないはずだ。俺たちは笑顔でいるべきだと思う。みんなで再会できたら盛大に祝おうと。
Panning up to Paul's sword there.
約束したんだ。今日はその意志に従って。乾杯。乾杯。
Awesome. I love it, man.
プレゼント喜んでもらえるといいのですが、ありがとうございます。
Looking at Mama to, you know, like make sure it's okay for her to let loose and just really enjoy herself and just be a kid for once, because Lilia does tend to be quite strict and harsh on her a lot of the time. They were about to tear it open, but both looked at each other and was like, let's not destroy the wrapping they did for us. Aww. Got her some nice boots and got her a nice coat. This is the peak slice of life Mushoku Tensei I am fucking talking about. This is the peak shit. Oh man, this is so good. Oh. Oh. Going back and forth, patting their heads. We get a new special insert song as well. Oh my god, they're going all out for this season. Studio Bind, I love you for locking in. This is just so peak. Oh my god. Some little handkerchiefs with a little flower on it. Aww. She put her hand over Lilia's as well. She's not responding, no words are coming out, but Zenith is so still there. That was reassuring Lilia, they will, and I'll be right here. No, they bought her the hat. She was over there tearing up. Roxy was not ready for that. Oh, they got her the hat she was looking at. Wow. Oh my god, this episode's so fucking good. Oh my god, man. Because you saw Roxy sitting over there. I didn't really say much in that. I was just letting it play out because it's just so sweet. But you see Roxy was sitting over there on her own by herself while the family acted and such. And, you know, for the first time she's crying here. Sylphie herself got her a wedding gift. Of course, Rudy helped her pick it out. But Sylphie introduced it as a wedding gift for them. And you know, gave this big reasoning and things like that. And, you know, maybe for the first time, Roxy feels truly fully in this family that because last episode she was still saying, like, Sylphie, you might see me as an interloper, and no matter what Sylphie said, those thoughts were probably still very deeply ingrained in Roxy's head, that she's an outcast, that she doesn't belong here, that she's intruding, and maybe for the first time she can feel otherwise, that she's truly a part of this family. Absolutely. He would have wanted nothing more than his family to be happy. Oh, he gave a drink for him as well. My heart! Oh my god. And no! Don't flash back to this! Ah! My soul can't take it. Oh my god, this shit is so sweet, man. It's so fucking sweet. Just like back then, you're now back together as one big happy family. Lucy smiled. Lucy of all babies smiled, because Rudy's never been able to get her to do so. That was an unbelievably good episode. That's my favorite. I think that's my favorite episode of season 3, and my favorite episode of Mushoku Tensei in a long time. Like, the Eris episodes were great in the way that they were adapted, but content-wise and everything, this was probably my favorite episode of Mushoku Tensei in a long time. Everything this episode covered was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, y'all. I got nothing else to say here. This is just gonna be the... Alright, anyway. Oh, that's not a fun episode title. But, yeah, this was probably my favorite episode of Mushoku Tensei since, I think, probably season 1, episode 23, if I'm being honest. Season 2 had some really great episodes, like Parents was great, the Norn episode was great, but I think I would put, let's see, I'd probably put this in my, I'll just blanket put it as this. This is in my top 5 episodes in the entirety of Mushoku Tensei. I think I'd have to say. The subtle character writing in this episode was fantastically done. The celebration was amazing. They gave us an insert song. The wedding at the beginning was incredibly well done. The drawing quality and animation and the character expressiveness felt like it was at an all-time high. It really felt like I took a trip back to season 1 with how good that stuff was in this episode. I'm gonna point it out again. Rudy's facial dimensions looked accurate and correct the entire episode. I don't know if there was a single frame in this episode that I watched and I was like, Rudy doesn't look right there. I don't know if there was a single frame of that in this entire episode. Like I said, the drawing quality is fantastic. There's tons of little motions, like, you know how they could just do a still when Roxy and just for one example, there's many this episode, but when Roxy and Norn were fishing, there was that far away shot and they could have just had it a still shot where they're sitting there talking while fishing, but they have, you know, Roxy moving and like sitting down and Norn doing motions, and like there's just so much extra stuff like that where they don't have to do it, but it just deeply improves the quality, the overall feel of the episode. Like this episode felt incredible to watch, and its quality and the things that it adapted were so good. Like we're really getting to that peak Mushoku Tensei stuff that I fucking love. The character dynamics and the family dynamics are unbelievably well done in this series. They're so well done. And it's number one, just we're getting to some of the best content of the series. I've said this countless times. Season 3 is probably going to be the best season of Mushoku Tensei. But also, it feels like they're adapting it very well as well. I don't remember enough about the light novels to comment on it. Honestly, I don't. I genuinely don't remember how this stuff went in the light novels at all, but it really feels like things are being adapted well in the way that they do the subtle character writing, the way that scenes are framed, and all the above. It just feels really good and much better than how season 2 handled stuff. And of course, I am rewatching season 2. I will probably have more to say on that next week when I hopefully finish rewatching season 2. But I also think I might be being a little too harsh on season 2, but I got to get through my rewatch to say that. And I commented on it all last video as well, why I'm so harsh on season 2, because I saw the peaks that season 1 could hit, and it felt like season 2 just didn't do that. And season 3 so far has been hitting those peaks and some. Like, this is absolutely amazing what they've done with this season so far. And I also do think it's definitely a thing of the content season 2 covered is definitely, at least in the first half, a bit slower and more, it's a lot of build up to the stuff that we're getting now that works so well because some of the build up was done, even if I do think season 2 did not do it super well. What they're doing now is incredible, and the way they're handling it is great. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna finish my rewatch of season 2, and then I'll have more comments on exactly how I feel that was done, or maybe if I'm being too harsh on it or things like that, you know, whenever I finish watching it. But yeah, man, this was an absolutely incredible episode. This is probably in my top 5 Mushoku Tensei episodes of all time. Just everything about it, the wedding, the shopping trip, Rudy taking them to the inn. I really, part of me wants to say I didn't think that happened until a lot later, but I like, this might just be showing that I'm forgetting stuff. I thought that he didn't take them, like I said, number one, I don't remember how it happens. I don't remember if he took them to an inn, but I also didn't remember it happening till a lot later, but I could just be making that up. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, anyway, so that happened. That was very funny. But then the whole celebration thing, the lead up into it, the fishing segment, they really took their time like setting up the fishing segment so that Roxy and Norn could establish a better dynamic, and then you know, Aisha could jump in on it, and it really feels like the family dynamics are really starting to set sail where you know, I feel like season 2 didn't do its characters as justice as they should have been done. To take Sylphie, for example, I feel like a lot of her character that was given in season 2 was kind of taken, it wasn't done that well. I kind of came away from season 2 feeling like Sylvie and Roxy weren't the characters I remembered them being when I read. I feel like they were a lot deeper, a lot more fleshed out than the anime really ever gave them a chance to be. So that's also a kind of complaint about season 2 that I'm realizing now that we're in season 3 and what it's doing for Roxy and Sylvie as characters already in just these beginning few episodes feels infinitely better than anything season 2 did for their characters. And I might just be talking out of my ass. Like I said, I gotta rewatch season 2, but it really feels like the character writing for everybody already feels like it's being done a lot better. But I'm gonna quit talking out of my ass because I could be just completely wrong. I gotta finish my season 2 rewatch before I can really comment on all of that very well, because I don't remember season 2 super well. But yeah, I'm gonna continue rewatching doing my season 2 rewatch, and then next week I'll probably have more comments on how I feel they adapted the characters in season 2 compared to how they're doing it now. But I can say, sitting here watching season 3, like, this is just peak Mushoku Tensei. The way it does its subtle character writing, how good the character writing is, and how incredible the family dynamics here are between all of them, and how they continue to grow those family dynamics. It's so wholesome, it's so well done. The animation was incredible this episode. I have nothing but the biggest praises. I'm sure there's cut stuff. There always is, because it's a light novel they're adapting. They have to cut stuff, but the way they formatted this episode felt incredibly well done. If I were to go check my light novel, I'm sure I'd have something to say about the fact that something was adapted in a different way, or they cut something, or events were changed a bit, or whatever. But coming away from this episode not remembering jack shit about the light novels, despite having read them like 4, almost 5 years ago, whatever, it was probably like 4 years ago. I think it's actually almost been 5 years, whatever. Anyway, you know, having not done that, I come away from this episode saying this is one of my favorites of the entire series. That's the bottom takeaway from me. That's the bottom line takeaway from me, is that this episode was absolutely phenomenal in every regard. And yeah, I hope to see more episodes like this as we continue, because this is what the peak Mushoku Tensei looks like. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, anyway, I think for non-spoilery, that is going to wrap it up for my reaction to Mushoku Tensei season 3 episode 5. And yeah, anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day. So I'm pretty sure that wraps up volume 13. For those of you who are here for the spoiler discussions, I'm pulling the book out again. I'm pretty sure that wraps up volume 13, right? Celebrations was the final chapter. No, it's not. Okay, they actually just adapted 3 straight chapters this episode. Chapter 7, Chapter 8, and Chapter 9. There's still 3 chapters left in this volume, so they're gonna finish out volume 13 next episode, in episode 6. How will they adapt going forward, though? They'll probably do 14 for episodes. We're on 5, so 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12. I could see them. Ooh, this is very interesting, because they will wrap up 13 next episode. So that'll be 6, and then 14 will probably be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and that they'll probably do 7 episodes for volume 14, and then the final 2 episodes will be volume 15 for 14 and 15. A lot of numbers there, but episodes 14 and 15 will probably be volume 15, and everything after next episode will be volume 14, because we still have chapters to go. That adapted Up to the Party. Wow, that might be the most meticulous adaptation they've done for volume 13 so far. The wedding ceremony was probably longer in the light novel, because the anime kind of shoved it in the beginning of the episode and had it play while the intro was playing. But I think the afterwards of the wedding ceremony takes place within chapter 7 as well. So, because it literally goes chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9 is what they adapted this episode, and they adapted all 3 chapters. Then again, I think it's only 50 pages. I think it literally took 50 pages and put them all in one episode. That might be some of the most meticulous adaptation we have seen from this series at all. I know they skipped stuff in the chapters for sure, but only 50 pages and no segments were cut. The chapters go like this. Chapter 7 is the wedding ceremony. Chapter 8 is a lucky man. Chapter 9 is the party. Chapter 7 was the beginning segment with the wedding party, and then it probably the afterwards of the wedding segment was also probably in the wedding ceremony chapter. And then it goes to a lucky man, which I believe is this whole date he takes Roxy and Sylphie on, where they buy gifts for Norn and Aisha, and then he takes them to this inn and they all sleep together. I genuinely thought that occurred so much later, so that's my mistake. I got that completely wrong. I thought they didn't do that until much later on. And then there is the party, which is where this series ends, or where this episode ends. Also, I think I got the chapters wrong here, because the party starts on 253, right? Yeah, so it's actually more like 80 pages, but that's still they adapted every chapter. They didn't skip a chapter at all. They didn't skip a segment. They probably skipped things within the chapters, but because then the next thing is the party, which is the whole they saved the party for the biggest segment of the episode. I think they might have covered like everything in that chapter, to be honest, besides maybe minus some inner monologue, because the party chapter is only, what is that, like 28 pages? Wait, no, I counted that wrong. Yeah, no, it's 28 pages. The party is 28 pages. And so they probably like perfectly adapted that, because that was 28 pages dedicated to like an entire 10-minute segment. So this might be one of the most, like, I talked about the Eris episodes were like 1 for 1, so those are obviously the most meticulously adapted episodes. But this, like, seriously, really thoroughly adapted some of the biggest chapters of Volume 13, which, as I mentioned, is the wedding ceremony, a lucky man, and the party. Those are 3 pretty big chapters, and they did them completely justice in this episode in the way that it was adapted. The animation looked amazing. Like I mentioned, Rudy, it felt like Rudy's facial features were on point for pretty much the entire episode, where this show has struggled since season 2 to get his facial proportions correct, his facial dimensions correct. Yeah. The animation was incredible this episode, like I mentioned. A lot of small movements, very expressive faces, a ton of wholesomeness, and yeah, this is the true power of Mushoku Tensei. Like, obviously the upcoming volumes 14 and 15 are going to be a lot of intense moments and a lot of drama and a lot of difficult stuff happening, but I really truly feel like one of the absolute best selling points of Mushoku Tensei is these more slice of life family moments. I feel like the family dynamics and the family writing is done exceptionally well, and it really feels like they captured that essence here in this episode. Wow. This might be this is probably one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. They really capture the family dynamics to their peak, and yeah, I'm so excited to see how they adapt the rest of Volume 13, because what they might do is adapt a bit of Volume 13 and a bit of Volume 14 next episode. It maybe wouldn't shock me if that's how they approach this, but I'm not entirely sure. They very well could do the rest of Volume 13 in the first half of next episode if they really speed run it, but honestly, I wouldn't mind continuing this meticulous adaptation. This is really good. So yeah, anyway, also someone pointed out that they probably skipped the training with Norn segment, because they show him training with her at the end of season 2, so that that he's training with Norn, but the segment talking about it or going into more detail about it is cut, which is fair. That's okay. So anyway, this was an absolutely phenomenal episode. Probably one of my, I've mentioned it a billion times, but probably one of my favorites in the entire show. And yeah, I'm so happy for where we're gonna go from. I'm so excited for where we're gonna go from here, and I'm so happy that Studio Bind is taking this series so seriously again. Even if this episode was outsourced, this is like the best looking episode of this entire season, and it really felt like it was a trance back to season 1 with how good this episode looked. But yeah, I'm beyond excited to continue, and oh, I like how the party is kind of the image here for the book. I'm pretty sure this is the party here, because Roxy's got her new hat that she's holding there, I think. Yeah, man. Zenith kind of coming back a bit to smile at them and then pat them on the heads was so good too. Truly, the slice of life stuff in Mushoku Tensei is absolutely peak, and I felt like season 2 was lacking in adapting those slice of life segments very well. But Like I said, I've mentioned it during the anime only section as well. I am rewatching season 2, so my opinion might change on that. I might have been too harsh when I first watched season 2, or looking back on it, I'm being too harsh for the fact that I don't even remember it all that well. But it just feels like season 2 was lacking in adapting the slice of life moments as well as this season is doing. So we'll see where it continues, but this is probably one of my favorite episodes of the entire show. I love this cover so goddamn much, man. I love it so much. The family stuff is truly some of the best parts of Mushoku Tensei. Like the action and the turning points and all that are all so good, are all amazing as well, but truly the family stuff is some of my favorite stuff of the series. The family stuff with the character writing and the family dynamics between each person and how it's all written is all amazing. And yeah, anyway, I think that is going to wrap it up from reaction to Mushoku Tensei season 3 episode 5. I cannot wait for more. And if there's anything that I missed, I'm probably going to start doing this where I pull out the books now. I don't remember anything in the upcoming chapters. I only know that Sarah shows up because of this art here. This art right here, that's the only reason I remembered that Sarah showed up. I had no idea that she showed up, and I wouldn't have if that had not been the case, if that had not been there. I don't remember workplace drama, graduation day, or phase 4. I don't remember any of those chapters even slightly. I could read those titles and I don't remember them slightly. Like the wedding ceremony I remembered was Alina Lisa's wedding. A lucky man in the party. Once they got here in the episode, I remembered what they were, but reading the chapter titles, I would have had no idea. But yeah, I have no idea what these last two are going to be. Maybe once we get to them in the next episode, I'll remember, but I literally don't remember that shit at all. So I'm excited. I actually don't know what's coming up in the next episode or how they're going to do it. But yeah, I think it is going to wrap it up from reaction to Mushoku Tensei Season 3, Episode 5. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.